Here we are in the second round of the NJCAA National Volleyball Tournament here in Rochester, Minnesota. Harper Hawks are seeded number 7th. Their record is 24-20. The Rochester Yellow Jackets are seeded number 2 at 30-2. The winner of this match will end up in the Final Four to be played tomorrow. Offensively, Harper is led by a trio of hitters. Regila Jasunas led Harper 343 kills on the year, Amelia Ryder 336 kills for the year, and Rachel Candifer with 335 kills for the year. Setting, Harper is led by Taylor Fowler, 1,151 assists, and defensively, Harper has a trio of players, Kayla Agaranos with 568 digs, Jules Carcello with 552 digs, and setter Taylor Fowler has 438 digs for the season. Rochester is led by a pair of hitters, Carrie Rutledge with a blistering 572 kills, second in the nation behind Settles of Owens on 1,398 attack attempts. Haley Dessner added 412 kills on 975 attempts. Brecken McCready is the setter with 1,362 assists, and Kate Bade, the libero, with 489 digs, led Rochester. The first serve from Rochester goes to the libero Agaranos. Ryder hits the ball down the line, gets dug by Rochester, and Dessner hits the first ball out. Harper with a 1-0 lead. Taylor Fowler goes back to serve now. Pretty good serve. Libero shanks that off the court. That's Kate Bade, and Harper now has a 2-0 lead. Good start for Harper. Now, they played already once today, so they should be warm. Rochester is figuring out the court for the first time. Tons of Rochester fans here, home fans from the city, parents, everything. Here's another ace for Taylor Fowler. Harper now with a 3-0 lead. I think Harper would like to believe this is how the game was supposed to go. For Rochester, they absolutely expect to win, seeded number 2 in the tournament, ranked number 2 all year, behind just Owens. Taylor Fowler, another serve very tight to the net. I think the setter hit the net. Yes, she did. So the score now becomes 4-0 in favor of Harper. Harper playing quickly, Taylor running back to serve. Rochester is led by those 2 sophomores, Carrie Rutledge and Haley Dessner, so I don't know what will happen for them next year, but they are very, very good this year. Smash down the line by Dessner, also out of bounds, so Harper now with a 5-0 lead. Dessner's probably just simply not warmed up yet. So Rochester takes a timeout here early in the game, down 5-0, so Harper with a great start. Rochester calls time, and we'll be right back. Back from the timeout. Now, the winner in today's game will be in the Final Four, which will be tomorrow. Taylor Fowler with the serve with a 5-0 lead to the libero. Good pass. They run middle. The ball goes flying out of bounds. Should be 6-0 in favor of Harper. Waiting it now. The referee is calling touch on the play. Bob Volsley asks Rachel Candifer the middle if she touched the ball. Rachel says no, so this call isn't going to get changed. Now, Bob Volsley is talking to the down judge about that. The line judge did not indicate that there was Rochester is serving, but the whistle didn't blow yet, so they're going to do a replay. So it's still 5-1. The line judge didn't call a touch on the play. The up judge called a touch. I think she invented that touch. Doesn't appear to me like there was a touch. Rachel said there wasn't a touch. Every now and then, referees blow a call. This is a big call, though. 6-0 is way different than 5-1 and sets a tone early in the match. Carcello with the pass. Over on the right, Ryder with the hit, gets the point back. Harper now with a 6-1 lead. The Fowler is no longer serving. Well, Amelia Ryder is also a good serve. So Harper starting out on the right foot here, 6-1. Amelia Ryder, a good server. Natalie Asa goes in to play front row now. Here's the serve. Down the line, Dessner handles it. Hit by Carrie Rutledge, who is blocked, but covered. Here she is again. This time Agaranos. Playing libero, went to her left to dig that ball. Unfortunately, it went out of bounds after the dig. Agaranos needs to start around the block so she can dive into the court rather than away from the court. So Rochester now brings the score to 2-6 instead of 1-6. Some fans getting in the way of the server there. So here's the serve. Passed by Ryder to the right side. Kathleen Agaranos hits the ball. Kathleen Alamarang hits the ball. She got the ball between the block and the net for another point. Harper living right with a 7-2 lead. Jasunas comes into the game. Rachel Candifer goes out. And Agaranos is back to serve. Down the line, Dressner handles it. Ball goes outside. And Kayla Agaranos can't get to dig again. The ball went off of her fists and out of bounds. I think it would have been in play, so she just has to be able to get to that ball. That time she just was unable to. Kayla is the leading digger on the Harper volleyball team, so if it goes anywhere, you want it to go to her. Serve goes out of bounds for Rochester. So now Harper with an 8-3 lead. Kathleen Alamarong is now back to serve. Left-handed server. Hard float. See if she can extend the lead here. 8-3. Nope, she chucks it into the bottom of the net. 8-4. Not a good time to miss a serve when you're trying to build momentum with a team that's not really yet warmed up. So the score is 8-4 in favor of Harper now instead of 9-3. Rochester with the serve. Ryder bailed out, which caused Agaranos to have to dive to her left. So I think Ryder needs to be able to get to that ball. Ryder, Agaranos, and Asa are the serve receivers. Should be three pretty good serve receivers. Asa puts the ball up at about the 10-foot line. Regila Jasunas rolls the ball into play. Easy dig for Rochester, although they gave a free ball back to Harper. Now we go outside to Asa, who gets the hit, and nobody's in the middle. Jasunas just decided not to block. Wow. No block on Rochester's best hitter, second best hitter, Dessner. That's somebody that Harper needs to spy with two blockers every time. Letting her go on no block is not going to be a recipe for success for Harper. All right, Harper ahead, 8-6 now. Rochester still serving. Yeah, you just can't go around missing blocking assignments like that. Yikes. Got a little break here. I guess we got the volleyball that went into the stands. Get returned to the court. We have a replay. A little mix up there. I'm glad the referee called replay as opposed to that ball didn't affect the play kind of a call. Right now, after one touch call, one wonders about this referee already. Serve in play. Natalie Asa dives after it, gets it. Ryder with kind of a down ball. Hits the ball, easy dig for the libero. Right side set. And it's blocked by Jasunas. She decided to block that time. A back row attack from Rochester, easily dug. Now back to Jasunas, who taps it to the libero, easy dig. And it's dug up by Harper now. A hit from Taylor Fowler, who gets the kill. So Harper's hustle is winning the day here, 9-6. Natalie Asa back to serve again, who played the last game of the prior match today. So she's played one game, so you'd have to say at this point she's warmed up and not overused. Her serve tips the net, libero passes it, set into the middle, and a single block in the middle. Nobody else decided to block, and it's an easy point for Rochester, slamming it back at the center corner. So I think Harper's going to have to double block that middle. Again, or it'll be a long day for Harper. Harper still ahead though, 9-7. Because of that good 5-0 start. Rochester 7-9 serving. Ball goes to Kayla Agaranos, makes a nice pass. Regila Jasunas hits the ball, dug. Tight to the net. She also came over on Harper's side. We dug it. Harper dug it. Ball goes into the middle and tools the block. Well, that time Harper had a double block with Ryder and Jasunas, but Rochester was able to beat the block by tooling the blockers. So it pulls within one. So despite the rough start from Rochester, they're only losing by 1 point at this point. Kayla Agaranos at the pass. Taylor Fowler with the dump. Nicely dug up. Ball gets hit in play by Olivia Frieden. Out to the outside. Ryder gets blocked, covers her own hit. Gets it again. This time slams it again. Again, a good dig by Rochester. Rochester's playing much better defense than Harper saw earlier in the day. Jasunas with a crank into the net. So now it ties the score at 9-9. That's a shame. Volsoy talking to Jasunas, and she's visibly upset. 9-9. Well, I think if I were the setter, I might set somebody else at this point. Ball goes right to Ryder. The set goes to Jasunas, who taps it right to the libero. That's not going to be a winning strategy. However, Rochester taps it back to Harper, and now Ryder gets a chance to crank on it. And what does Ryder do? That puts that into the bottom of the net. So Rochester now, despite starting out 0-5, is now winning the game 10-9. And Harper College calls timeout to settle down just a bit here after starting out great, but then falling quickly behind Rochester. Okay, back from the break, Rochester with a 10-9 lead. And serving. A lot of dribbles. Ball goes to Carcello, good pass. Ball goes outside, too tight for Ryder. She gets stuffed, unfortunately cover on that play. And Rochester now with 11-9 lead. So Harper, right after the timeout, just didn't get a good set on the play. Ryder too tight to the net, can't get it around the block. Rochester serving again with an 11-9 lead. That ball gets a complete mix-up between Agaranos and Carcello. The ball just about hits Kathleen Alamorong as a result. So ace for Rochester on a mishandle from Harper. So 12-9. Harper is uncharacteristically unraveling here early in this first game. That ball, fortunately for Harper, went out. Ryder bailed out again. Agaranos watched it go out of bounds. Next server for Harper is Bauer, coming in down by 3 points. So Bauer has served well all day today so far, so we'll see what happens now against Rochester. First serve over the net, libero reaches for it, goes over the net. Ryder with the pass, finally the Candifer who hits it, and it lands around the block. Harper now is just down 2. Yeah, Harper can play as well. Rochester is good, there's no doubt about it between those two sophomores, but Harper also has skills. All right, that ball's off the net a little bit and hit into the net. Dessner. 12-11 now, Rochester leads Harper. Bauer serving again, down by 1 point. Does not hit it into the net. Harper serving a little better now. Ball gets over the net. Fowler with the up. Carcello with the pass, the set, and then Ryder, unfortunately, hits the ball out of bounds. So Harper down 11-12, unfortunately hit the ball out of bounds on a swing to potentially tie the score. But at least Ryder is aggressive on the swing. You do need to be aggressive. You can't give away tips and rolls and expect to win those kinds of points. So at least Ryder is hitting it. The serve goes to Ryder. The pass is off the net. The set back to Ryder. Cranks on it. Good dig by libero and Rochester. And out of bounds from Dessner again. Harper now ties the score at 13-13. So we've rotated 6 times, and the server is Fowler. Serve to libero, right side, cranked by Dessner, just cranked it past Fowler, diving Fowler. Same thing, Fowler was a little bit behind the block and had to dive toward the sideline rather than dive into the court. So Rochester now with a 14-13 lead. This leaves Rutledge in the front row now. Dessner serving into the net. So that ties the score at 14-14. I think if you told Harper before the game that the score would be 14-14, they'd probably say, that's a decent start. We're okay with that. Asa is the front left hitter now. Came in for Bauer. Oh, and Ryder just cranked the ball into the bottom of the net. Asa came in for Carcello, not for Bauer. So not a good time to miss a serve, but I guess is there ever a good time, right? Rochester now with a 15-14 lead. This time Asa bails out, and Agaranos has to make the play. Ryder cranks on it. Good dig back row from Dessner. Great dig by Ryder on a cross-court hit from the middle. Nice easy tap dug by the setter. Goes outside Rutledge. Just can't tap the ball. Looks like Rochester has a good defense, and tapping the ball rolls. They're going to come up and then come down Harper's throat. That's not a good strategy there. Harper down 14-16 now on that crank from Rutledge. Okay, this time Asa makes a very tight pass, but a great set from Taylor Fowler with one fist. She somehow got the ball to Candifer, who put it away. So Harper now down 1. Kayla Agaranos now going back to serve, also down by 1. So let's see if Harper can close the gap here with Kayla Agaranos' serve. Over the net, not a great pass. Rutledge from the middle, gets dug by Agaranos. Right side set, very wide. Elamorong keeps it in, but made the setter play defense. The libero set the ball way too tight for Rutledge, but Rutledge was able to handle the block from Elamorong. Elamorong being effectively no match for Rutledge on that tight set from the libero. Rochester back to serve, and it goes into the net, not out of bounds. So Harper hanging in there here. Elamorong back to serve. She missed her serve earlier today. 17-16 in favor of Rochester. So Harper down one, needs to find a way to tie the score. Serve right back to the libero. We need to stop serving the libero, I would say. Right side hit, dug by Elamorong. Faller with the set. Now Harper's passing the ball over the net. I don't think that's what Bob Vilsoy wants. I think he would like to see Asa hit the ball more aggressively rather than give him a free ball. Okay, Elamorong, another two-handed set over the net. Same thing. I think he'd like to see a back row attack. Now, as a result, it's an easy dig for Rochester, and then Rutledge gets a nice roll shot into the middle. So Harper, if you're going to tip or roll the ball on Rochester and expect it to land, when it comes up and they tip or roll it back to you, you then have to be able to play defense. Rochester up by 2, 18-16. Agaranos with the dig on the serve. And just as we talked about tips, what happens? Asa tips another one, but this one lands. So Harper's down 1 point, 17-18. We did say that Asa was a smart tipper. She tips with a purpose, doesn't just randomly tip it. Rochester up by a point, 18-17. Here's the serve into the net. Harper down by one. Asa serves it into the net. In for her comes Carcelo. It's a planned substitution. She just didn't get ejected out of the game for missing a serve. Carcelo is a very good passer on serve receive, but so is Natalie Asa. The score is Rochester 19, Harper 17. That would have been a great opportunity to tie the score at 18-all. Here's the serve. Agaranos with a good pass. Another tip. Another tip from Jasunas that got dug. Unfortunately, the set from Faller went into the ref stand, and Harper lost the point. We'd like to see a little bit more aggression on the hits from Jasunas. Rochester now with a 20-17 lead. Here's the serve. Agaranos again. They're serving everything at the libero. Ryder had to chase that down. Unfortunately, Harper gave another free ball away. Elamorong with the dig, the center, the hit back to Jasunas. Jasunas got blocked. It was a nice dig by Harper. Now they're going to call a lift. Why would you call a lift on the setter? Here we're going to see a replay. There's the block. Harper digs the ball. Then Jasunas gets blocked. Good cover by Elamorong over the net from Taylor. And then Rochester lands in the net. That should have been Harper's point. Good swing from Jasunas. Got touched by Rochester. Rochester is ahead now 21-18 after all those exchanges. Bauer in to serve. Well, let's see, 21-18, could have been 20-19, so Harper should probably be down by one here after a lift call, but instead they're down by 3. Bauer with the serve, good serve down the line. Set outside to Dessner, cranks it off of the smaller Taylor-Faller block, and makes it 22-18. Okay, in comes Agaranos. It's no secret Rochester has been serving her. They must know that Carcelo is the other libero, and they're probably saying, let's try this libero. Since neither one is a clear-cut libero, they both switched the jobs. They're going after Agaranos with a vengeance here in this game. Elamorong gets the back row attack, and she chucks it off the court. Harper is making too many mistakes to be able to win this game after a 5-0 lead. Although this is what happens. Bob Vilsoy wants his players to be aggressive, and sometimes when you are aggressive, you do hit them out. So I think you'd rather have her hit it than not hit it, but obviously you want it in. 23-18. We'll be here back after the break. Okay, back from the break. Rochester is ahead 23-18. Appears to have this game in the bag after that last timeout. Hopefully Harper becomes less error-prone against this top number 2 team. Clearly Harper is able to play with them. But at the moment, 5 points is a big difference in the score. Serve, yeah, as expected to Agaranos. It's off the net. Fowler with a bump set out to Ryder, who tools it off the outside hitter. Should be at Harper point. The referee is calling it out of bounds with no touch, and the ball is going to go to Rochester. Here's yet another controversial call. How many of those have we had now this game? All right, Bob Volsway is talking to the down judge, no doubt saying when the ball hits a blocker and goes off at a right angle, there's got to be a touch called. Even if you don't actually see the ball hit the hand, there had to be a reason the ball went that direction. So a conversation lasts. The down judge is asking to approach. The referee is saying, okay, yes, you can approach. We'll talk about it. Probably will go nowhere. It's 24-18. Even if Harper were to get this point, it would be 23-19. The line judge did not call or indicate a touch, but it was pretty obvious. It's the outside blocker's hand and goes at a right angle. That means it's a touch. The referee is not going to buy the explanation, and Harper loses the point. Bob Volsway wants to ask why, and no doubt he's not going to get satisfied with that answer. So game point, 24-18. Referees need work here in Minnesota. Here's the next serve, passed by Carcello. Candifer with the hit, nice dig down the line. Back row attack, boom, good dig by Agaranos. Now out to Ryder. She's blocked, covered by Candifer, back to Ryder. Down the line, nice hit down the line. Ryder makes it 24-19. If Harper can stay consistent, they can do this. Just stop making errors. Nice defense, actually by both teams. Cranks by both teams and dug up by both teams. Kind of a heavyweight match, you'd have to say. Or at least it's starting out that way. Taylor Fowler with the serve down by 5. A long way to go to beat Rochester. She gets an ace in front of the libero, Kate Spade. So now it's 24-20. So Harper down by 4. Still a long way to go. All Rochester needs is 1 point, and then they get into game 2. Another serve right at the libero. Right side attack. Dessner cranks it down the line. Looks in from here. That's game 25-20. So Rochester with a 1-0 lead. And they're going to switch sides. We'll be right back. Okay, here we go in set 2. Harper on the far side serving. And on the near side, Rochester is going to receive the first serve. Going back to serve for Harper. It looks like Taylor Fowler. We look around for lineup changes, don't see any. Dessner's front row. The serve goes to libero, off the net a bit. The set goes out to Dessner, a tap. Nice dig in the back middle by Carcello. And then down the line, Ryder hits the ball out. There's uncharacteristic, or maybe more likely lately characteristic, Harper hitting errors. So Rochester now with a 1-0 lead, and unfortunately Fowler, an excellent server, is going to have to wait 6 more rotations to serve. So Rochester with a 1-0 lead. Libero Kate Bade serving into the middle. Rachel Candifer on the single block. It's an easy kill, 1-1. Kate Bade is a good passer for Rochester. I think if I were Harper, I would try to avoid serving her. She seems to be passing way too many for my taste. 1-1. Ryder with the serve. Nice, good, strong float into the net. Another error. So Ryder hit one off, and then the second point hit one into the net. So Ryder is the reason that Rochester has both points at this point in time. So she played really well in the first match today, but struggling here. Dessner back to serve, which means Rutledge is in the front. Ashley Rothenberg in the game with a pass. And she chucks that ball into the net. Oh my gosh, Harper cannot get the ball over the net. 3 plays, 3 times, Harper did not get the ball over the net, and Rochester is a beneficiary of 3 easy points. So he can't give away points to a number 2 ranked team and expect to win. But Dessner is helping the cause by putting her serve into the net. So after 3 times Harper can't get the ball over the net, they're only down 1 point. Agaranos back to serve. Again, excellent server, down by a point, gets it over the net. Of course, to the libero, ball goes outside, and it's cranked by Rutledge over the shorter block on the right side, basically unstoppable over there. So if this keeps up without good blocks on the outside, Harper's going to get killed by the outside hitting. But at the moment, they're only down 2. And Brecken McCready, the setter, number 7, is serving. Not a great pass. Nice play by the setter Fowler to keep it alive. A tip dug up by Agaranos, and then another hitting error for Harper. This time Alamirong. Just means yet another point. McCready back to serve again. This time to the libero. She shanks it. Ace. Now that ball was probably Ryder's, but Agaranos lunged in front of her to make the play, trying too hard. And now Rochester with a 5-2 lead. Harper really struggling. 4 hits off the court and a shank. Yikes. McCready again with the serve. This time Ryder does get to it. At least it's up in the air. And this time Ashley Rothenberg hits it in play. Gets covered by Rochester. Now Fowler with the dig. Agaranos with the set. And another hit from Rothenberg, and she tools the block. Makes it 6-3. So she stops the bleeding a little bit, at least temporarily, by coming into the game. Alamirong, a good left-handed server, good pass. Ball goes outside. And another point for Rutledge. Just can't stop her tooling the outside block. Well, if you ever see Rutledge again, you got to stop her with taller blocking, it looks like. Of course, Harper will never see Rutledge again. She will move on and play next level, wherever that's going to be. Harper with most of their freshman team coming back next year. Number 1, Gabby Speets with the serve, goes to the right side. Nice kill from Rothenberg. So she's got 2 kills right here in a row. Rothenberg goes back to serve, down 7-4. Natalie Asa not playing in this game. Played well earlier today. A little surprised not to see her, but Bob Volsway going with the sophomore here. The experience of Ashley Rothenberg. Down 3. Rothenberg serve. Now Rothenberg is good in the front row and the back row. You'll see how good she is at serving in this one. Dessner with a nice pass. Right side attack. Out of bounds from Rutledge. So she's not perfect. She's just darn good. But Harper now just down 2. Rothenberg again back to serve. Boy, Harper hitting 4 off the court in that one shank. You know, that's 7 points out of 7 points for Rochester. Harper could be right in this. Another right side set. Gee, what a surprise to the same hitter, Rutledge, who rolls it in front of Agaranos. Easy point. Rutledge is good at hitting it hard and mixing it up with deceptive roll shots. Good hitter, smart hitter. And lots of hops, jumps high, and is relatively tall on top of it. Very good player. Rochester ahead 8-5. Serve goes flying out of bounds. I guess I can jinx players on the other team as well. Bauer into serve, down 3. Seems to be common. Bauer comes in, down 3. A lot is expected of her to tie the score up. 2-person serve receive, it appears, for Rochester. Rutledge handles it. The ball goes outside. Kind of a roll shot, easily handled by Carcello. Tight set. Ryder just puts it in the court. And then Dessner, a middle hit, gets the kill. Harper did double block, but the ball did go between the 2 blockers. Rochester with a 9-6 lead. And Jessica Storm comes in to serve here. Harper in a 2-person serve receive with both their defensive specialists. Agaranos at libero, Carcello at DS. The serve goes into the middle. Agaranos handles it. Fowler sets Candefar in the middle. Fantastic defense down the line from Rochester. Rutledge with a back row attack. Good dig from Agaranos. And this time another crank from Candefar and another good defensive play by Rochester. Another ball comes up from Fowler. The set to the outside. Ryder with another hit. Looks good from here. Great hit by Ryder with some smoke on the ball across court. No chance for a dig from Rochester, and Harper down 2. So when Harper keeps the ball in, Harper can win these extended points. Here's a replay. A dig for Fowler. The ball goes out to Ryder. Not out to the antenna, but she had enough room to get the ball around the block and in the court. Very nice hit. Back to live action here. Right side. Frieden with a hit. Harper digs it. Fowler digs it. Ryder hits it down the line. Frieden again a hit. And Ryder again a hit. And this time it's off the libero, Kate Babe. Ryder for another hit. 8-9. So right now, if it's Ryder versus Olivia Frieden, both outside hitters, looks like Harper can win that battle. I don't think it's Rochester's plan to continue to let Frieden hit. They want all the swings to go to Dessner and Rutledge. Harper down by 2 now. Good pass by the libero. They got to stop serving that libero. And just as on cue, Haley Dessner crams it down the throat of Harper down the line with a strong hit. That should be on her highlight film. 10-8 Rochester. So Rochester stopped the bleeding with a great hit from 17, their second best hitter, Dessner. Libero serving. Kind of a struggle from Harper. They're going to call a double hit on that set. So the ball came out spinning from the setter, and the referee decided that means it's a double hit. Two-person service for Harper. Nice pass from Carcello. Right side hit, Ryder. Great kill, great crank from the right side. Cross court with some mustard on it. Harper down 2-9-11. Ryder goes back to serve. Ryder does this a lot. She gets a kill from the right side, then goes back to serve. Very versatile hitter. Not real tall, but good from both sides. Left side, right side. Good from the excellent from the back row. There's a serve, again, right to the libero. Harper needs to stop serving the libero, but it's stuffed by Candifer with some help from Rothenberg. Sorry, Ashley, Rothenberg. When the outside is double blocking the middle, it makes it tougher on the middles, and so this middle tried to go back to the setter side, and Rachel Candifer was there. Right side hit, Dessner with the swing. Dug by Harper, now out to Rothenberg. Kind of an easy swing. Dessner again with the dig. Now Dessner with the hit. A roll shot. And oh my gosh, Taylor Fowler and Kayla Agaranos both read the play perfectly, collided with each other, and then Taylor hit the ball out of bounds. So Rochester a 12-10 lead. Dessner back to serve. That puts Rutledge back in the front. Harper's not going quietly here. Serve goes to Agaranos. Good pass. Fowler with the set. Rothenberg, an easy dig by libero. Ball goes outside to Rutledge. It's rolled. It's blocked and dug. Rutledge with another hit. Now what are we going to call? Ooh, a double hit on Rochester on the setter. So I guess the calls do go both ways sometimes. Okay, Agaranos back to serve. Harper down 2 still. Right to Dessner. Good pass. And a great kill from Rutledge. So the strategy that Harper is employing, it seems like they're serving Dessner a lot. I don't know if they're trying to tucker her out or what the scoop is on that, but she's handling the passes real well. Harper is down 2. I actually thought Rochester had 14, but okay, 13-11, Rochester over Harper. Here's a serve from the setter, McCready. Rothenberg hits the ball in. Another easy dig for Kate Bade. And then an uncharacteristic error for Rutledge, and Harper pulls within 1, 13-12. So let's see what Harper does now, down by 1. Harper has struggles when you're down by 1. They just don't seem to get that next point to tie the score up. So Ellen Moran with the serve again right to the libero. Serve somebody else, guys. And, of course, Rutledge cranks it off the block, twirls it down the line toward the setter, and Harper just can't close that gap. So Rochester again up by 2, 14-12. Rochester playing very well, but Harper's letting him have it. By continuing to serve at the libero, it's not helping the cause. Gabby Speets at the serve, right side hit. Rothenberg, easy dig for Dessner. She's standing right there. And on a single block, Rutledge cranks the ball again. Jasunas just couldn't get out there. Jasunas thought there was going to be a middle set. I would say that Jasunas forget the middle. If they ever set the middle, you can dig that, but what you can't dig is Rutledge on a single block. Get out there and double block. Okay, off pass is kind of crooked from Agaranos. And a nice kill from Jasunas coming right back, hitting it down just enough off center so that Gabby Speets can't pick that one up. So Harper down 13-15, I think it is now. Rothenberg back to serve. Got some fans walking slowly. Now the referee tells them to hurry up. Okay, the scoreboard says 12-15, so Harper's down 3 here. Rothenberg with the right to Dessner, an easy pass, right side attack, very common combination. Rutledge hitting from the right side, hit that out. Well, now it's 13-15, so if Harper is serving Dessner on purpose to tucker her out, that could be another strategy. But it also could be that they're trying to keep the ball on the other side of the court from Rutledge. So another serve again to Dessner, another great easy pass. And another swing for Rutledge. After hitting one out, she rolled it in front of Kayla Agaranos. We've seen that a couple of times now in this game. Scoreboard says Rochester 15, Harper 14. Carcello goes in for Ashley Rothenberg to play back row. Rutledge with the serve. Fowler with the set outside to Ryder, who hits it. Let's see, are they going to be able to get this? That's a nice up and then hit by Dessner. Harper digs it. Now a down ball from Harper. And Dessner again. Ryder late on the block. She hits it between Jasunas and Ryder. Dessner needs to be stopped with a double block, preferably a taller double block. Rochester up 16-14. Dessner very mobile up there in the front row. 17-14 lead for Rochester. Another serve for Rutledge. Middle attack for Jasunas. And a kill for Jasunas over the block of Dessner. That's a good sign. If you can go over her, go over and around, whichever works, right? Bauer in. This time Bauer in to serve, but only down by 2. So those 6 rotations, Harper caught up 1. Rochester in the 2-person serve receive. Hits it at Rutledge. She passes it, the set to the middle, a tip. Kathleen Ellenwong on the dig. Ryder gets stuffed. Rachel with the set. What are they going to call? Not stuffed. They're going to say the hit went into the net on Ryder. Ryder looks back at the coach. I don't think she believes it was into the net. She thinks it got blocked. We'd have to look at that one in slow motion. Did the referees get that right or not? Anyway, Rochester is ahead 17-15 after all that. Carcello had to track down that serve. Good serve. Ryder again with the hit and looked like it was on the back line. Barely on the back line. The line judge on that call correctly. 18-16. Okay, Harper down by 2. Fowler back to serve. Harper is just unable to close this gap. One thing or another. Okay, back at the libero, but not a great pass. Okay, Dessner with a free ball. Let's see. Carcello runs it down. Great defense. Rachel Candifer taps it over the net. Easy dig for Rochester. A hit from Rutledge, Doug, and another tap from Candifer. Okay, an easy dig here for Carcello. Again, another one to Candifer. This time she cranks on it. Somebody's in the net. Now that ball went out of bounds, which might be why Candifer is not hitting it real hard, but whatever, Rochester was in the net. So that's a point for Harper, down 1. I like that Harper is going to Candifer, though. I mean, we might like to see her hit it harder, but she doesn't hit it out and does cause a lot of grief on defense for Rochester. Rochester up only by a point. Fowler with the serve. Again to Rutledge. Right side set to Frieden. Dug by Fowler. Agaranos at the right side set. Allenwong just kind of rolls it into play. Dessner with a hit. Kathleen Allenwong digs it. Ryder over the net. Another hit for Dessner. They're setting her a lot. Harper's digging her. Oh, Ryder took the second ball and cranked it out of bounds. Again, unfortunately down by 1 and another hitting error. So Harper with a chance to tie it just doesn't and is now down by 2. I like the aggressiveness from Ryder hitting that second ball. It was on her right hand. It was a good time to hit it rather than set somebody else, although Ellenwong is a lefty on the right side, which also would have been a good choice. Crank from Candifer. So we like that. Rochester put a single block up on Candifer, and Harper cranked it past that single block, and now should be down by a point again. Ryder to serve. To Dessner, keeping the ball on the other side. A nice middle attack from Jalmasco, Anne-Marie Jalmasco. It doesn't get set often, but a nice hit into that corner. So puts Rochester up 20-18 now, back to the familiar 2-point lead for Rochester. This has been a very close, intense game. Rochester continues to keep that 2-point lead the whole way. Harper is going to have to close that gap before Rochester gets to 25. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2-0 lead for Rochester, and that'll be a long way to catch up for Harper. Fowler with the set to Candifer. She hits into the double block. It's covered nicely. And then Rothenberg is blocked and then gives away a free ball. You just can't do that, not against this Rochester team. What happens here? Let's see. Rutledge hits it, but is dug. Fowler goes outside again to Rothenberg, who gets the kill. That shot wasn't anywhere near the intern. Rothenberg had to run inside, got the ball into just a lucky location in the middle of the Rochester defense. Now Harper again, down by 1. Let's see if Harper can finally get the score tied. Got Agaranos back to serve. Good left-handed server, again to Dessner. What a surprise. Runs the outside on a single block because the middle was there, but Alamorong was not. So Harper needs to figure out their blocking scheme against this Rochester team. First off, double block those 2 top hitters at all times. Kathleen Alamorong did not follow her into the middle. Harper again down by 2, 19-21. McCready the serve. Agaranos, not a good pass. Okay, then Jasunas hits it over. Right side attack, a tip by Rutledge. Harper dug it. Agaranos with a 10 ball to Ryder, who smacks it out of bounds. Oh boy, not a good time again. Rochester now ahead 22-19. You do need to stay aggressive, but that ball going out of bounds didn't help the cause here. Bob Vilsoy calls timeout, down 19-22, probably again reminding his team to stay a little bit more error-free than they have been. Okay, after the Harper timeout, Harper's down 22-19, game 2. But behind 1-0. So it's a kind of a tall hill to climb, tall mountain to climb, down by 3 points, 22-19 in set 2. You don't want to go behind 2-0 if you can help it. But if you can come back and get to 1-1, you'll get an awful lot of confidence from that. So here's the serve. Ashley Rothenberg didn't look ready. But a nice set from Fowler out to Jasunas, who got the ball around the block and hit it for a point. So Harper pulls back within 2, 20-22. Let's take this 1 point at a time, right? If you can get this point, now you're only down 1. Alamorong, a good server, left-handed hard float. Serves it this time, oh no, into the net. Thought she was going to serve it there at the libero, who we're trying to avoid, right? One would think. And of course, Dessner is passing really well. But instead, Alamorong just chucks the ball into the net. Now Rochester is up by 3, 23-20. The serve from Gabby Speets. Good pass. Fowler to the right side. Rothenberg, an easy roll shot right to Dressler, who's playing center field. And then there's a smash from Rutledge for a point. So 24-20. Rochester for good lead. Dessner really read that play. She should be on the line, but she went off the line probably when the hit came from the right side, thinking that ball was going to go across, and covered the middle of the court, right to her, right where she predicted it would be. Really good defense there from Dessner. Good pass. Fowler had to run after it, though. And then Jasunas hit the ball in, dug by Rochester. Another roll shot from Rutledge. Ball goes outside now to Rothenberg. Easy dig for Dessner. Now the ball goes to Rutledge. Another good dig for Agaranos. Ball goes back out to Rothenberg. And Rothenberg hits it into the net for game point, 25-20. Harper is down 2-0. This is going to be a long road back if Harper is going to win this match. The winner of this match will get into the Final Four, and the loser will not be in the Final Four. No chance to win the national championship at that point. Okay, here we go in set number 3. Harper is against the wall here. Rochester won both games 25-20. And 5 points, it's hard to reverse a game from a 25-20 loss to a 25-something win. It's not just those 5 points. It just seems like you have to do so much more and so many more rallies. Although, 5 errors, if you can turn 5 errors into 5 kills, technically that does do it. But typically what happens is those 5 errors become plays that get dug, and plays that get dug have to, get reversed into kills. And it takes a lot of effort to reverse a 25-20 game. So let's see if Harper can do that. But if they do that, it's going to have to happen 3 times in a row here, and it's going to be a long 5-set match. And if it is a long 5-set match, Harper is in their second match of the day. How much energy can they have? We had a long bus ride yesterday. They're playing 2 matches today. We'll see how it goes. The referee has lined up both teams. Rochester is going to serve on the far side. Barrow is going back. Kate Bade. She's been a magnet on service for Rochester. Harper has not been able to serve away from her this whole entire match. Harper in a completely different lineup here. The setter, Taylor Fowler, is playing libero. Ryder gets the kill on the outside, who is setting. That leaves Kathleen Alamorong, who is setting and who is now back to serve. So this is definitely a different lineup. We haven't seen this for a while. Kathleen Alamorong is serving. Taylor Fowler is the libero. Kayla Agarenos is back to right side. We'll have to check on who the outside hitters are in a minute. And, Alamrong hits the ball the serve out of bounds. Well, you can change the lineup all you want, but at the same time, players do need to execute. So we see Carcello in there for one of the outsides. The other outside is Ryder. So let's see which outside comes in. Rochester missed the serve. Looks like she's going to get a second chance. She didn't wait until after the whistle. That doesn't help. That doesn't help Harper, it is. 1-1. Well, you won't expect her to miss two serves in a row. Let's see if Harper can at least get the side out and cause no damage to be done here at least. Here's the serve. Carcello with the pass. Not a great pass. Jasunas takes it. Ryder with the attack attempt. It's blocked. Covered by Alamrong. So Ryder with another chance. Easy kill for Ryder. Nobody was back there, back middle. Maybe Ryder should stay on the right side. She's quite effective on that right side. Of course, she'll say, no, don't do that. Ryder back to serve. Bauer came into the front row, so Bauer's the other outside hitter. Ryder with the serve, libero played it, but he had to dive after it. And a real nice crank from Rutledge, who looks like she's decided to play. I don't want to say she's been quiet in this match, but she's a devastating hitter with 572 kills this year. So one would expect she's going to make more noise before this match is done. Okay, 2-2. Our pass is kind of off. And Ryder hits the ball. Dessner does make a great dig in the back row. And then a crank from the middle. Anne-Marie Jalmasco, who isn't getting a whole lot of action today, just got that one. Harper double blocked her. She still got the kill in. That was a good hit. Is she a freshman? She's a sophomore also. So the top three hitters, top three hitters on Rochester graduate this year. So we'll see what they come up with next year. Taylor Fowler with a good pass into the middle. Jasunas cranks that one out of bounds. She's begging for a touch. No touch. I don't think that ball was anywhere near a block. I don't think you lose your credibility by asking for a touch when it's not close. Okay, got Harper in a two-person service lead here. Taylor Fowler, good pass. Elmrong with the set for the outside. Ryder, nope, that's Bauer hits the ball. Nice dig. Somebody was in the net? I didn't see the call. Looks like somebody was in the net. Yes, somebody was in the net. Harper gets that point. Fowler back to serve. Harper's down 4-2. Good job, Bauer. Here's a serve. A nice, boy, you could just see the torque on Fowler's arm on that serve. It's 4-4. So apparently Harper got a reversal on that scoreboard. So now it's 4-4. Fowler with a great ace between Dessner and the libero, Kate Bade. Another serve, right to the libero this time. Rutledge with a tip in the middle, nobody even close. Boy, that's just flat out too easy. Rutledge saw the opening in the middle, tipped it into there. She's quick, so it's a quick arm swing. It's hard to discern even when she's tipping it, but that ball's got to have more defenders around it than nobody. Ryder with a perfect pass, is set to Candifer, who's a nice easy shot into the back middle, so it's an easy dig outside to Rutledge. She hits a good dig by Harper, but now a down ball right back to Rochester, so Rutledge gets another attack attempt. You just can't give Rutledge too many attack attempts. You're going to have to get a kill before she gets her chance. She hits it 2 or 3 times on one rally, you're just not going to win that point. So Rochester ahead 6-4. Harper has to go into that first kill drill where you got to get a kill on that first play, on that first serve receive. So good pass from Ryder. The ball goes outside to Candifer. She's dug, and this is what I'm talking about. Give Rochester a second chance, and they're dangerous. Up to Ryder. Ryder with now we're giving away free balls. Rochester this time out to Dessner. She gives an easy roll shot. Ryder makes an easy dig. Right side set to Agaranos. Just keeps it in play. Outside hit to Rutledge. Boom. Ryder had to dive after that. Looked like that was going to be in. She had no choice but to dive after it. It was a touch. Goes out of bounds. Rochester's ball 7-4. Two-person serve receive. Ryder and Fowler. Pass to Ryder. Dives after it. Alamrong with the set. And Bauer checks that over the back court. Well, she hasn't played a lot of outside. Doing a great job serving though today. But unfortunately gives Rochester an 8-4 lead. I see what Bob Vilsway is doing, trying to give a spark to the team, give her a chance in a meaningful game. Oh, and there's an ace on Ryder. Wow, the two-person serve receive. Not something Bob Volsley likes to do that a lot, but not something he's been doing a lot this year. Now Bauer comes back to be the third serve receiver. Here's a replay on that last ace. Just Ryder didn't go far enough. She thought it was going to go out of bounds, didn't realize how much court was there. Okay, here's another pass. Candifer with the ball. The set went too far out. Elamarong with too much oomph on the set, so Candifer couldn't correct the set outside the antenna. Candifer knows to go cross court on that situation, just couldn't get there, and the ball went behind the antenna. Another serve, this time Bauer with a good pass. Back to Bauer. Bauer cranks on it. Great hit by Bauer. I think we'd like to see a lot more of that. It was a good pass, good set back to Bauer, and nice kill. 10-5 in charge in favor of Rochester. So it's a 5-point deficit here early in game 3. It's not good for Harper. Agaranos with the serve, an easy pass from Dessner. Now they're giving away a down ball, which is what you want, but Agaranos had to dive after that down ball. Bauer gives them an easy roll shot. Same thing though, Kate Bade had to dive after that roll shot. Good dig from Ryder. Now Bauer gets the ball into the play, and then Rachel Candifer, a two-handed easy set. That's not going to work. The middle hit from I don't know who that's from. Olivia Frieden, I think, maybe? Anyway, she got stuffed, and it's Harper's ball. 10-6 now lead from Rochester. Just after saying that play wouldn't work, Harper won the point. Agaranos with the serve. Good pass. Right side hit, Frieden again. Agaranos with the dig. Oh, Kathleen Elmon just gave him an easy pass. And then, of course, it gets crammed down Harper's throat from Rutledge. I think Kathleen just was not confident on getting both of her hands on the play, so she just kind of defensively hit it over the net, kind of like a hot potato. And there's a missed serve from Rochester. So Harper just hanging around, down 4, 11-7 with Bauer serving. Now Bauer serving down by 4 this time. Good serve. Rachel Candifer with an opportunity to dump it, and she made it diggable, and now blocked the next one, and also covered by Rochester. A third block from Candifer, and also covered by Rochester. And there's a hit, this time dug by Taylor, Fowler. And then there's a hit into the net from Ryder. Oh, what a shame. Well, Rachel Candifer had like 3 blocks on that play, and Harper still didn't win the point. Got some fans leaving. What's that about? Jessica Storm back to serve. 5-point lead. The ball goes to Carcello. Perfect pass. And then a real nice set from Kathleen Elamarong. And then Candifer just hits the snot out of it. The cover is no longer on the volleyball. And Harper is pulled within 4. Rothenberg back in, not ace of this game. Jasunas goes back into the front. Serve down the line. Dessner again with a good pass. And that ball cannot be handled by Rothenberg. I think Harper would have to look at this game again and say, is Dessner the right person to serve at? You know, they've been serving at the libero a lot. She's passing well. Dessner is passing nails. So you have to go back and look at who's the third outside. Well, and I think that the third passer is Rutledge, and you know, they're not going to get a lot of points serving at Rutledge. So I don't know. Rochester is a good serve-receive team here on the court. Taylor Fowler, perfect pass. Ryder with a swing, dug by Rochester. Dessner again with the ball, a little bit of a roll shot, dug out by Agaranos, diving. Ryder with another crank, dug by Rochester again. Somehow it winds up back on Harper's side. Ryder with another smash, a little off speed. Dessner digs that up, and then hits an easy roll shot that Agaranos dug. And then Ryder gets hit and blocked. It was a good rally for both teams. Rochester wanted that point badly. Well, so did Harper, but unfortunately Ryder got blocked at the end of that rally. Here's a replay. Here's the roll shot. Nice read by Agaranos. And then the block from Ryder. At least she's hitting it. We have a timeout, and we'll go to a break. Okay, back from break, a little late here. Rochester rolls the ball over the court, and Agaranos makes another diving dig into the middle of the court. That middle of the court, if Agaranos doesn't get it, nobody's getting it. She hit it to Regula Jasunas, who the best she could do is try to kick it with her foot, which didn't work. Rochester is now up 14-8. This game is absolutely getting away from Harper. Bade on the serve. Great pass from Taylor. Fowler, the setter turned libero, and Ryder gets a kill down the line. 14-9. So Harper's not going away easily, but the game is getting away from him. Down 5. Ella Morong back to serve. In the front row, Ryder, Jasunas, Malgranos, serve right to the libero again. Middle hit, middle kill from Jel Moscow. I think she's on her third kill this game. Having a good game, having a good set. So Rochester, I think with a 2-0 lead, is now willing to diversify their offense a little bit. That's not going to make it any easier on Harper, especially if Jel Moscow is going to continue to get kills. So Rochester back to serve. Kayla Agaranos pulls it up short a little bit. Caracello to set. Agaranos downballs it over. And Rutledge feeling it with yet another kill. Harper really struggling here in this match. It's too bad because the winner of this match is still in the running for the national championship. Whoever loses this match will be playing for 5th through 8th place. Dessner, another serve. She's been devastating to Harper. Carcello with a good pass. Ryder hits this one out of bounds. It is raining and pouring. 18-9. Rochester lead. It's going way too quick. If there's another timeout that can be had, this would be a good time for it. Okay, Carcello with a shank. Another unusual shank. Now Harper's giving away free balls. What's going to happen here? A short free ball. Ball goes out to Rutledge. What a surprise. Over the double block. Agaranos and Jasunas. That's another point for Rochester. 19-9. Harper's not going to be able to stop the bleeding, it does not appear. Serve goes to Agaranos. Right to the setter. And then Jasunas chucks it into the bottom of the net. 20-9. Just is Bob Vilsoy does call his timeout now at losing 9-20. Okay, Harper is up against it here. Harper is down 2-0 in sets and 20-9 in the score on this game. So you have to say this lineup isn't working or didn't work. Sometimes it's the execution of the players, not necessarily the lineup, but whatever it is, it didn't work. Okay, Jules Carcello with a pass behind the end line. Now we're giving away another free ball. Kayla Agaranos hits it short. Rochester sends it out to Carrie Rutledge, who easily tips it into the middle of the court. Harper doesn't seem to want to play defense against her. She is a smart hitter, alternating between hitting, rolling, and tipping, getting a lot of opportunities. Probably has over 20 kills in this match. Dessner back to serve. Same place. Right down the middle. Agaranos with the swing. It's dug up easily by Rochester's Rutledge. Out to Rochester's Rutledge. And this time she throws it into the deep corner. But out of bounds. Probably wouldn't have been covered. Carcello was almost there, but mercifully goes out of bounds for a 21-10 lead. So now Bauer comes into the front row, needs to score 15 points while she's in the front row to give Harper the chance for a 25-21 win. So Ryder serving into the net. Like I said, when it rains, it pours. It's like a hurricane here. 22-10. I know Ryder isn't happy, but 22-10 here. Two-person serve receive. Fowler and Ryder out to Fowler. Passes a little bit off. Bump set. Agaranos with the shot into the setter corner. Good dig from Rochester. Now Ella Morong with the dig. Bauer puts the ball in play. Easy dig for Dessner. Rutledge with the hit. Dug by Fowler. Hit from Jasunas. It's also dug. Another roll shot. Taylor Fowler running under that pass, and then Bauer gets blocked. We're not sure if that got blocked and went into the net, but the ball didn't go over the net, and another point for Rochester. So that was a longer rally for Harper, but again, the end result was they didn't get the ball over the net. Another pass, good pass from Taylor. A tip, somebody was in the net. So that tip worked. Jasunas tipping it. I think it was a tip out of frustration. The set wasn't really in her wheelhouse. Just tip it over the net and move on. But Harper got a break on that when Rochester was in the net. Fowler with down 11-23. Tall order here, 14 serves. Right to the libero. And way out of bounds on that swing from Rutledge, trying to crank it cross court against the double block. Although that set went right to the, what's happening here? They're giving the ball to Rochester. Boy, I'd like to see a replay. I didn't see a signal or a call. That ball went way out of bounds. Was somebody in the net, perhaps? That's all I can think of. So here's a game point serve. Bauer with the pass. Set to Candifer. She hits it. It's dug by Rochester. The ball goes out, way to the outside to Rutledge, and that ends the game. This game is over. Rochester was all over Harper in that set 3. Rochester will be in the Final Four. Harper goes into the 5th through 8th bracket and will play Jamestown tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll see you then. Final score, Rochester 25-20, 25-20, 25-11 for the 3-0 sweep of Harper.